Hiya, Michael here with a quick video about the straight line graph, which always has an equation y equals mx plus c. So if you see that equation, you know that the graph's a straight line and vice versa. Now, some things that you need to know. STEM people love straight line graphs, and STEM people will do everything possible to get a straight line graph. You might like to ask your science teachers about that. And STEM people can read a straight line graph just as easily as you can read the word cat or any other word come to that. And this is why you need to know it. It's a guaranteed high value question at GCSE, both foundation and higher. So let's have a look at the parts of y equals mx plus c. Okay, so here's our equation, y equals mx plus c. Y and x mean the same as they always mean. Y is how far up and down, x is how far left and right. Now you need to learn about m and c. M is called the slope. A bigger number means it slopes more. Positive means it goes uphill, but we don't usually bother writing the positive sign in front of an M. Negative, and we'll always write that, means that it goes downhill. And C is called the intercept, and it's where the line cuts the y-axis. And you at GCSE need to be able to do two things. You need to look at a graph and know its equation, and you need to look at an equation and know its graph, know what the graph looks like. So let's have a look at some examples now. So what we're going to do is have a look at some straight line graphs and determine the equations. So let's have a look at that. Here we've got two straight line graphs. The first thing I always look at is the intercept. So I know straight away it's going to be y equals something x plus, in this case, 3. Now what about the slope? If I go along 1, I go up 2. So it's got a slope of 2. So I can just inspect the graph and write the equation straight away. What about this one? Well, it's got an intercept of 1 and it's got a negative slope. So I go along 1 and I go down 2. So here I've got an equation of y equals negative 2x, don't forget the x, plus 1. Okay, let's have a look at a couple more examples now. Here we are, we've got this straight line. It cuts at negative 1 and I go along 1, up 1. So it's got a slope of 1, but I'm not going to bother writing that 1. I'm just going to write y equals x, and I understand there's a little 1 in front of that, minus 1. So there's the equation of that straight line. What about this one? I notice straight away that the line's coming down. It cuts at 3 and the slope go along 1, down 3. So I can write that y equals negative 3, don't forget the x, plus 3. So there we go. I can just inspect a graph and write down an equation for it. Excellent. And here's the next thing I need to be able to do. I need to be able to draw graphs by inspecting the equation. So let's have a go at that, shall we? Here I've got y equals 2x plus 2. So I know the slope is 2 and it cuts at 2. So there's my intercept and my slope along 1, up 2, along 1, up 2. Come back 1, come down 2, back 1, down 2. And those are the points on the graph. In order to draw the graph, I've got to join those points up. So there we are, I've drawn the line. Now I'm going to just put the points in, but you must remember that you need to join up the points in order to get the line. The points are not the graph, it's the line that's the graph. Okay, enough talking. I've got y equals negative 2x plus 2, so I start at 2 and my points go along 1, down 2, along 1, down 2. There we go. And from here, back 1, up 2, back 1, up 2. So join those points up and you've got the graph. Let's have a look at a couple more now. Up you come. There it is. So here we've got y equals x plus 1. Mark the 1 straight away. I haven't written a 1 in front of that x, but it's there. So go along 1, up 1, along 1, up 1. And you can see the line goes up at 45 degrees. So join those points up and you've got your graph. Here we've got y equals negative x minus 1. So I start at minus 1. Negative x means along 1, down 1, and so on. So it's a line that goes down at 45 degrees. So join those lines up, join the dots up and you've got the graphs. So I've drawn the lines in red here. You'll notice the slope of 2, intercept of 2. Slope here of negative 2, so it goes down, intercept of 2. For this one, slope of 1, intercept of plus 1. Here, slope of negative 1, intercept negative 1. So there we go. So now you can do these two things. You can simply look at a graph and know its equation. You can look at an equation and know its graph. And you can do all of that because you know the meaning of y equals mx plus c. You know about the slope and you know about the intercept. So there you go. When you come to those high value GCSE questions, you can ace them. I hope that was a good use of 9 minutes of your time. Michael signing off, wishing you the best of luck in the forthcoming exams.